Our clients see our approach as different for two reasons. One, simplifying processes and being clear on who does what is what we do. And we focus, number two, on the people in the process. We start our projects by involving both stakeholders and role players. We assess how automation could help people do what needs to be done and take over the repeat and standardized work that might be part of the process, or continue with the work when people go home. Our digital transformation includes assessment, design, planning, and implementation. Moving on, with simplified, we mean telling the story of each relevant process in a storyboard to bring about participation, understanding, buy-in, and at the same time, improvement. Inclusiveness, in other words. These storyboard process maps are done at different levels, ranging from an overview high level right down to a far more detailed level. The simplification journey consists of 3 steps. Step number 1, a process cannot exist without context. This first step is about understanding the big picture, which includes being clear about your purpose, your vision, the goals and desired results, the strategy, the resources, and the timeline. Next up, once the big picture is clear, we start with a high-level view of the process that shows what happens in the business. This is called a positioning map. During this online workshop, we define the value chain of the business. These are the activities that deliver the purpose of the business. In this example, the business starts with understanding the market and trends and ends with monitoring and reporting on business performance. Next, we find which steps in the value chain cause concern and which ones are fine. Some might have burning issues that need to be addressed, while others we know changes are needed, but we're not clear about what those changes are at that point. Next up, to really understand where the pain points are, we need to delve deeper. So we go down one level to look at the processes involved in each value chain step. We go from blue to yellow and gray to understand what happens in the business, defining the processes that contribute to the steps in the value chain. The gray blocks represent support processes such as IT, human capital management, and governance. The yellow processes contribute directly to the value chain. Defining the DNA in this manner allows us to analyze and assess what transformation is needed in which process. So based on workshop discussion, we pinpoint which process has a burning point, which one needs change, and which one holds a risk and therefore needs a control. Having analyzed at high level which processes need to be focused on, we consider where smart tech could be helpful in supporting those processes and, of course, people. For that, we assign candidate smart tech options based on our experience and use cases, or other words, case studies. In other words, for example, in the product testing process, we've seen this issue with the NPD process before and was resolved by introducing low-code RPA. So let's assign RPA as a likely candidate to resolve the burning issue in that process. Similarly, we could settle on a mitigation for the supply chain process as blockchain, and so on. To design and map the positioning map, we do so in a work session of 90 minutes for a mid-sized business and corporate divisions or teams. The speed at which the scope of work is defined is a huge benefit because it saves time and is the most effective way to quickly bring clarity. Next up, to design transformation and plan what smart tech is best used, we need to drill down even further. So if you were to click on a yellow block, this is how we map at the detailed level of mapping. As you can see, there is a lot more detail about what exactly is happening in this process. The steps, or the blue blocks, who does what in each step, and how each step is performed gets mapped. Based on discussion, we add a smart tech solution that could address a known issue in specific steps. So let's work through some of the process steps. Here, Blockchain could interlink transactions in this area of the process. Next up, let us focus on the information per step. In this particular step, as in each blue block, it states the task. For instance, receive application, assess stock levels. We also look at roles and responsibilities. At the bottom is the people who make the step happen, and at the top, the people that needs to be engaged with, the stakeholders. To the left is input, to the right is output. We also indicate systems that's being used per step. We show the means of communication and the flow of information, which could serve as an audit trail. In some processes, in some of the process steps, we add management elements such as risk, cash in or outflow, measurement points, quality assurance points, burning points as we've done before, risks and controls. In this step in particular, data collected could assist in predictive analytics. And here machine learning as a subset of AI could provide valuable breakdown or supply chain analytics. Next up, a low-code automation string in this step could process applications at as fast as speed as necessary or needed and with accuracy, because software simply loves repeat and standard work. Moving forward, in this area, a robot could in each of these steps also ensure that repeat and standard work is delivered, freeing up people to focus on product improvement and feedback from customers, or doing dangerous work, or working 24/7. Now, to give you an idea of how this could look in your organization, a small process comprises up to 15 steps, a medium up to 25, and a large process up to 45. So how long does it take? For a medium to a large process, we define the process-specific smart tech plan in 2 to 4 days, and we do it online. So our process approach to smart tech is one thing that makes us different. The second is the fact that we place a huge emphasis on the people side. Process involves humans. In fact, humans are central to the process. Our firm belief is that smart tech must be used to assist humans, not to replace them. That is why we call it what we call ethical smart tech. As we work through the processes, we engage the people who execute these processes. We get their input and their buy-in. All our projects include the critical element of change management, which again ensures buy-in. As we progress, we journey with people through the change, providing training and support.